love people meat.
That was beautiful.
I'm always beautiful.
I know.
So
As you can guess from our little ditty, we tricked you. It's not,
it's not
Jaws.
So I was like, I want to find the worst movie on Netflix.
Yeah, close.
And we thought we were going to watch Zombie Beavers?
Zombievers.
Zombievers.
About models in the forest who get attacked by zombie beavers.
Yeah, but I decided to go with the much superior Avalanche Sharks.
Avalanche Sharks. We watched
Which is apparently a spiritual sequel to Sand Sharks.
featuring Brooke Hogan.
So this movie is possibly the greatest thing we've ever watched.
I guess spoiler alerts to Avalanche Sharks. It's on Netflix. Go watch it.
Please.
It's great. It's
Let's see the death count. We have 10 men, 6 women, and 6 dogs die.
and one cliche.
And one cliche.
I'm the sheriff now. Okay, so this movie is on Netflix, so go watch it. It's what, an hour and a half long?
It's an hour 40.
Hour 40?
No, hour 20. Sorry.
Yeah, it was hour. It was about an hour and a half long. We didn't know what the plot was until 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
And it was all convolutedly solved by a random Japanese woman.
Named Hero.
Hero was the hero.
Which is, first of all, bad naming. Second of all, Hero is a man's name.
Yeah.
There's just so much wrong. And she's like, I'm extreme, because she speaks like 0 English, and then she saves everyone on accident.
Yeah.
With like no explanation.
Okay, she stops halfway, like saving them to eat a granola bar.
And pump up her tunes.
Yeah. Anyway, so the description we read on
IMDb said that a bikini competition at a ski resort gets interrupted, and then by avalanche sharks.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect. There is no bikini competition that we see.
There's bikinis.
Yeah, there's people in bikinis, but it's like talked about. There was like the bikini competition starts soon, but then it never happens because the avalanche covers everything before the bikini competition.
Yeah, it's prematurely interrupted.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to say a thing is interrupted, it's going to have to start first.
Yeah. Instead of just being...
Okay, so I don't know our main cast names.
Well, there's Becca, who we fell in love with 5 minutes into this movie.
And then she never showed up
ever again.
We fell in love with Becca because all she wanted to do was look hot and get herself a sugar daddy on the mountain.
Yeah, she was like, you have fun, like, skiing and stuff. I'm gonna find a rich dude to buy me things.
Which we both fell in love with instantly.
She's also wearing a bikini and booty shorts to go to a ski resort.
The men, they can't touch me, but that doesn't mean they can't lust over me.
Becca's great.
Also, the cover art for this movie is very deceptive.
Yeah.
It's a shark coming at a woman who's holding 2 machetes.
I think, yeah.
In a bikini.
No. She's wearing like a tank top and like...
booty shorts.
No, she's wearing snow pants.
Oh, yeah, you're right. She's wearing like a very... It's skimpy.
It's
a skimpy version of a tank top and like... surfer.
You know what I just realized?
Snowboard shirts.
You know what I just realized? We never know what happens to the guy that falls off his snowmobile.
Oh my god.
Or the random lady that Dale was talking to.
Oh my god. Add 2 more to our death count.
They probably
died. There was 4 spirit sharks on the... Okay, yes. We haven't explained anything.
The plot.
Anyway, spring break on a mountain.
Mammoth
Resort. So an avalanche is started by...
the most incompetent ski patrol member of all time, Dale.
Yeah. So he starts a... Well, first off, it's 2 minutes of...
2 bros snowboarding.
Shredder and Hucker. Shredder and Hucker.
Okay, 2 minutes and 29 seconds into this movie, 2 people have already died by spirit shark.
Yeah. So,
which is good, in my opinion.
But it wasn't explained.
It wasn't explained.
So, we see some totem poles or like shamanistic like idols being knocked over
Loose
by
interpretation of shamanistic idols.
Yeah, they were bad. Anyway, they were knocked over by the avalanche. It looked like a windstorm just went.
Yeah.
Those would have fallen down way longer. They would not have been standing up for the 25 years they said.
Yeah.
Anyway, they get knocked over. Spirit sharks come out of the ground, which everyone calls skookum.
Which is okay, guys. We here at What Was She Thinking are based in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And
we hear a lot of Native American words.
Specifically Chinook words, which was the trade jargon of the area.
Yeah.
Skookum, it means like strong, but it can also mean like malevolent spirit. It does not mean ghost shark.
It does not mean ghost shark.
It does not mean ice shark.
They later interpret as there was a legend of the people here.
Unnamed people.
Where a bunch of white sharks were forced up the river into an alpine lake and then trapped there, and their spirits are still haunting this area. That's bullshit.
There is so much wrong with this.
From what I remember, I have not heard many shark stories.
Yeah.
From Native American tribes up here.
Around in the Salish area now.
Yeah.
It's all about orcas.
It's all about orcas and stuff, because that's what we have. It's a little too cold for sharks.
Yeah, we don't get sharks.
A shark would not have survived any trip up any river up here in the Pacific Northwest.
Dude, oh my god, you know what would make this movie like 50 times better?
What?
If it was killer salmon.
Oh my god, yes.
Because that would be super believable.
Or ghost whale.
Ghost whale or ghost salmon would improve this movie.
Yeah.
Like by tenfold.
Anyway.
Okay, so there was Becca.
We digress from the digression. This movie is a digression.
So Becca with one C, according to the credits, is like she's cool, and then literally she's in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then she never shows up again. And this movie introduces side characters like crazy. We were
getting new people 50 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, it was wild. Like, and then the best part was the couple, the stoner couple.
The stoner couple.
So 50 minutes in,
some dude and his girlfriend
are climbing around.
She's only credited as her character's credited as Barb.
Yeah, it's Barb and Mike. So Barb and Mike are like hiking in the wilderness for like whatever. And then Barb is like, "Oh, I'm gonna
do something sexy for you.
Do something sexy for you if you keep up with me." And then when he does, she's like, "I don't want to do anything sexy with you because that's sexist." Which okay,
it's consent.
It's consent. Like clearly she doesn't want to have sex with him anymore. That's totally fine.
But if this is your,
it's very confusing though. And then
it is confusing because she's like, "Don't you love me?" And it's like her boyfriend of like a year,
yeah,
or more, and she's like,
"You don't. I'm not gonna waste a year on someone who doesn't love me." And she runs away, and then they fight, which is actually a pretty kind of believable fight.
Yeah, it was believable. He's afraid of commitment, it seems.
Yeah,
and she just wanted him to say "I love you." Yeah, and she had all the right to run away and be like, "No, I don't want to be this anymore," but then she gets eaten by a shark.
She gets eaten by a shark.
She was woman count 1, I think.
Yeah, I think she was the first woman to die.
Yeah, because first two were the Hucker and Shredder.
One of which is
best line.
Best line
said by Shredder, I believe. They come up to a caution tape, which is only on 3 trees, and he says, "Is it weird that signs like this give me hard-ons?"
Which is honestly, literally the first line of the movie is that.
You know you're in for a good ride when that's the first line of the movie.
Okay, no. So Becca gets eaten by sharks, right? And
Becca?
Not Becca. Sorry, God. Barb.
Becca disappears, probably to a sugar daddy. Props to Becca.
Barb. So first of all, Barb's like bottom half gets eaten by the shark, and then she's still alive, like reaching for Mike, and Mike just runs.
And then he's like, "I should have said I loved her."
Yeah, and then Barb gets eaten the rest of the way.
Still said I loved her to her still living upper half.
Yeah, But so Mike then runs into Wade and Wade's girlfriend. Literally does not have a name. She's called Baby and Babe.
Yeah, she's got a name in the credits that I didn't catch.
We can't tell which one she is because there's no distinguishing characteristics between these people.
We are not shitting you guys. Every woman in this movie, except for 2, has the same body type. Mm-hmm. And the same hairstyle.
Yeah.
And the same hair color.
Yeah.
Same eyes. They are all these, like, I guess I would describe them as bombshell blondes.
Yeah.
Like these quote unquote perfect blonde girls.
Yeah.
Like they all look the same to an eerie point.
Yeah, which is why we kept on thinking that Becca was back, but she wasn't.
She wasn't.
Because we were like, wait, is that new random character Becca? But it's not.
No.
But anyway, so Mike runs into Wade and...
Oh, we missed Ross. Ross died too.
Yeah, but Ross doesn't matter.
I know. He's the nerd that every
I'm
part
trying
of
to
him
get over...
Yeah.
The best death is Mike, because Mike...
Oh, yeah.
Because Mike is just like, he's all torn up, that he's like, I should have told Barb that I loved her before she got eaten by a ghost shark on this mountain. And then he's like all torn up about it, and he's like on his knees, like, I should have told her. And Wade, who is a Marine, is like
who tells you at any point he can that he's a Marine.
And he like, and so Wade like is like, we have to keep going, but then the ghost sharks show up, and Mike is like, in his distraught rage, is like, no, if I tell the ghost sharks that I love my girlfriend, they'll leave me alone, which works for like 10 seconds. And so he's just shouting. He sounds like he's like, I love my parents, I love my job, I'm not gonna smoke dope anymore because of love.
And then he's eaten by a ghost shark.
Okay, we need to get on the subject. I want to talk about Wade's girlfriend.
One-dimensional and is a blonde.
She's ride or die, though.
Yeah, she's ride or die.
Which, I'm like...
I respect that in a bitch.
Because you meet her, she's like asleep in the lodge.
Yeah.
With Wade.
Waking up with her bra
Waking up with her... Yeah. Or else she just has incredible breasts. No, so she wakes up. She's like, it's been 2 years since you've been back. Like, now I get to be in charge. Which is like, that implies that they've been together for the 2 years of his deployment.
Yeah.
Which is...
She's ride or die.
Like, that relationship is strong.
Yeah.
Especially since during the climax of the movie...
Oh, I forgot.
Wade is like, we have to get people off the mountain, right? So he's trying to shut down the ski lift so that people will leave. And the ski lift operator is like, no, like, you're just some random dude. Like, you can't do this. And so Wade, like, grabs him and it's like,
puts him into an armbar and shoves him against the wall.
Yeah. And then his girlfriend is just like, Wade, stop. And Wade elbows her in the face so hard.
She falls back like 10 feet.
Yeah, he just, like, demolishes her. And then the other chick, the one with bangs.
The brunette.
No, she's blonde. The blonde with the bangs and the weird hat.
I thought you were... yeah.
Yeah. Carol.
I thought you were talking about the bikini girl that they got out of the hot tub before the hot tub murders. Guys, there's 2 chicks drunk in a hot tub, and the sharks pop up through the hot tub and eat them.
No, so, like, okay, the real question is, why does Wade's girlfriend... Like, what's their story? What's her story? What made her so, like, fanatically devoted to this man?
We know the history. What's her story?
Yeah, that she can look over his, like, possibly violent outbursts.
Oh my god, he is so violent. I think he's brandishing a gun in most of the last half of the movie.
Yeah, like, constantly. Whatever happened to that sniper rifle?
A shark ate it?
Probably. Well, the shark should have eaten him.
I wish he died.
God, it took forever for Dale to die.
Oh, too long. Dale is annoying as fuck. We were so happy that he died.
Yeah.
But he died too late.
Okay, so...
We also have to talk about Diana. Or is it Diane?
Wait.
They didn't say the name.
With the short haircut?
Yeah, the sheriff's wife.
Oh, yeah.
They were cute.
The marine bitchologist. Okay. So when we first saw what is arguably the main female character of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we first see her.
Yeah.
She's got this like, can I talk to the manager haircut, but like softer.
I was gonna say like a Russian tracksuit wearing bitch who has a really cool haircut.
Yeah. She's got this cool haircut and like makeup on point.
And she's married to the.
She's married to the sheriff, and so I
They're
immediately
adorable.
labeled her business bitch. Because that was like her whole aesthetic was like, I could take over like a corporation right now.
But since this movie's about sharks.
But it's revealed that she's a marine biologist, which I have many questions because why is she living on a mountain?
Okay. I think that's because of her husband's job. I think he's the sheriff in the mountains when it's the ski season.
Yeah, and then they like probably go
and then they probably go back down to town.
Into the ocean.
Yeah.
For her job.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, so you learn 40 minutes into this movie, there's finally plot after various gruesome deaths. You learn that marine biologist took
25 years prior,
her parents were murdered by the sharks.
The skookum.
And the crazy mountain man saved her.
Duffy
the mountain man saved her. And then she's like this has happened before. And it takes forever for it to be revealed, like, how they even beat the sharks. But, like, what's her story? I'm so curious about her. I don't know.
She was so, like, shown to be such a badass. And then she did just mostly crying.
Yeah.
Not even crying. Nothing. She was blank faced and like, my husband!
Yeah, her husband gets brutally murdered.
I want to go, she's a marine biologist.
Yes.
Is that because she saw her parents get eaten by sharks?
I would like to think so.
Because she was the child who drew the opening photo of her parents being eaten by sharks on a mountain. I wouldn't want to go into marine biology if my parents were eaten by sharks.
Wait. I have a proposition for you.
A proposition? Okay, yes.
Okay, this is the story I want. For marine biologist, maybe Diana.
Yeah.
She's like Batman, but with sharks.
Oh no.
Because you know how Batman's parents died?
And he hates bats.
And then he hates bats. Her parents died and she hates sharks. So maybe on the off season when they're not on the mountain, she's like a shark themed vigilante down by the ocean and like fights crime.
Yes.
That's her story. Because like she's also.
Is she Shark Boy?
No. What would be a good shark themed name? Like superhero name?
Oh god. I don't know.
What's a nurse shark, tiger shark, great white?
Mako. Basking.
Those aren't very threatening.
These were what, great whites?
They were based on great whites?
Yeah.
Megalodon.
Megan Ladon.
That sounds like a drag name.
Now, welcome to stage, Megan Ladon.
I'm kind of in awe of her like scientific prowess.
Yeah. Why is she there still?
Yeah.
I feel like if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't want to go back to the place where my parents were brutally murdered by sharks in front of my face.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the movies and stuff are like, yeah, it was a very traumatic experience, but I'm so strong. I still live here. Yeah, real life PTSD is a thing.
Yeah. Which we see with Wade when he.
Yeah, and she 25 years prior, she was probably about 10 to 15.
I mean,
by that drawing
that she did, she seemed younger.
From that drawing, I guess maybe 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So I would have been scarred.
Yeah.
Any 8 to 10-year-old would have been scarred by sharks and would not have gotten over that fear, because that's something that at that young of an age you're so impressionable. That would have been ingrained into her to be afraid of sharks.
Yeah.
Like she
maybe she studies like starfish or like mollusks.
Yeah, but I feel like this should have been brought up to her husband.
Yeah, who was surprised that there are ghost sharks on the mountain, even though she says, actual line from the movie, she's like, I've been trying to prove their existence for years, Which, if you're in a committed, very loving relationship with this man, I feel like that would have come up
multiple times.
That, like, that's the reason you came back to the place where your parents were brutally murdered, which also your husband doesn't know about, even though he's the sheriff and has the file.
Yeah. The file that's right next to his desk in his office. Or at least say, yeah, my parents were murdered by sharks. Because he seems so surprised that her parents were murdered by sharks.
Yeah, you think it would have come up
even real sharks.
Instead of weird spirit sharks.
You think after, I don't know, they're celebrating their anniversary, so they've been together for at least a year. Maybe more. That comes up.
Yeah, you would know that the parents are deceased.
My parents are dead because of sharks.
Yeah.
That comes up. Within a first year of dating, that comes up. First year of marriage.
Yeah.
So there could have been dating before this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That comes up within the first year of dating. My parents are dead. Not the first year of marriage.
Yeah. That's like almost first date material. Like, what do your parents do?
Oh, my parents are dead.
Yeah.
They died when I was 10.
They passed away when I was very young. And then you say sorry, and then you continue to eat your spaghetti.
And then you ruin the dynamic of your dinner.
And then you ruin your date.
But if you really liked each other, you go on a second date, and it's passed over.
Okay. What?
I have no idea what's going on with this movie anymore. Like,
I don't... It's so confusing because, like, there's so little plot until there is plot, and then it's like hardcore plot.
Then there's too much plot.
For 5 minutes, and then it stops again. So it's, like, very confusing about, like... Yeah. Anyway, I just like the fact that you came up with marine bitchologist, which really describes her aesthetic.
Oh, yeah. Even though she's not really a bitch.
She's not.
She's a softie.
Yeah.
She looks like she could kill you is actually a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that meme is still relevant.
I mean, to us it is.
It is very true.
Didn't we agree that we're just like old memes?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we should move on to the final female character that matters.
Insert name here.
Hero.
Oh yeah, Hero. Hero the hero.
Hero the hero.
We talked about her earlier.
So,
she
first shows up
in the bar with the Canadian owner
Lars.
So
yeah. Yeah, he says A once, which I think was hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like she sits down at the bar, and Lars, who's a creeper, is just like, "Hey, like, what can I like help you with?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't speak English," and she's listening to music, and so
she's got good hearing.
Yeah, and so he's like, "Oh, like, I own this place," and she's just looking at him like, "I literally just said I don't speak English. What are you doing?" And then she hands him a credit card, and they leave to go get her skis, and then you don't see her for 45 minutes. And then she shows up again with, I don't even know what his name was.
Dead guy number 5.
Yeah. Anyway, so she shows up with this guy who's been hitting on, like, literally
he's been trying to bone every other woman at the ski resort unsuccessfully.
Yeah. And he, like, babbles about things. And then she's like...
He's that dude that at the ski lodge read the pamphlet on the Native American heritage of the area and is trying to impress all the bitches and try to get in their pants with it.
Mm-hmm. And what happens is they get to the top of the ski lift, and right before they leave, she's like, "I'm extreme."
Because she said she's going down the dangerous part of the mountain. The dangerous
part of the mountain. She goes, "I'm extreme," and then she, like, goes down the mountain without him, which... there's so many questions. Like, who is this woman?
She's great.
I know, she's great.
She can also change her song on her iPad while wearing mittens. And adjust the volume.
iPad? You mean iPod? She didn't have an iPad strapped
Sorry.
to her.
Her iPod.
Yeah.
She can also zip her clothes with those fingerless mittens.
Mm-hmm. And eat a granola
bar. While saving everybody without knowing it.
I feel like she has an ulterior motive to be on this mountain. Because...
Do you think she's part Native American?
Possibly.
Like her mom or dad is Native American and she's from Japanese descent on the other side.
Yeah.
But she doesn't speak English. She speaks Japanese. We know that from the phrases she said. Uh-huh. The only phrases that English people would know, like sayonara and stuff. Man,
I wouldn't necessarily say maybe what if she's part of, like, a secret organization that, like, stops evil spirits?
Occam's Razor's telling me that this is a very poor plot and they just needed a way out of it. So they put in the one comedy character to fix everything. The comedy character, unbeknownst, it's the same thing when like a janitor is sweeping and the monster destroying the buildings behind him.
Yeah,
and he can't hear it. Yeah.
I do love how it takes her like 10 minutes to put these things up, though.
She takes a break too.
She takes a break to eat her granola bar.
She's a saint.
There's also like no reason for her. Okay, what's her thought process? So you're not connected. You're not Native American.
Okay.
You're not part of some peacekeeping spirit.
I'm just a normal woman living day to day.
Japanese woman on vacation.
Okay, so
you're
normal.
Like 30. You're a high-powered something or other that can afford to go by herself on vacation, speaking no English, to a random resort
in Washington.
And you're extreme enough that you want to go down the dangerous back part of the mountain. What's your rationale for stopping your extreme run?
Those look like they need to be up. I'm gonna put them up.
So is she a perfectionist?
I don't know. I don't know. This movie's so poorly written.
Come on, what was she thinking?
I know, that's our whole shtick. What was she thinking? She was thinking, oh God. Maybe she just is a perfectionist. Maybe she saw them knocked over and she's like, this doesn't look right. They look like they should be up.
Maybe she has a high regard for like
spirituality.
Yeah,
maybe she's like recognized that they are like ritual items.
Yeah, maybe she's like Shinto or something.
Yeah, and she recognizes the value of people's like religious items being stacked up or put up and respected. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna put them up for whoever had them here.
Yeah,
somebody obviously knocked them down because they look like they're knocked down.
The real question is why wasn't she immediately like, this is some Blair Witch shit and I'm getting out of here?
Oh yeah, if it was me and I saw those, I'm like,
Yeah, you wouldn't go toward the creepy knocked over
sticks with bones tied to them.
Yeah, like
there was like big bones.
That's where horror movies start.
Yeah.
And it ended with this.
Any normal movie would have started there with Hero at these knocked over poles.
Yeah, and then getting eaten by a shark.
Yeah. Not fucking an hour in. We have 10 minutes left.
And Dale finally dies.
Ugh. After talking our ears off for at least 20 minutes.
He won a bronze medal in the Olympics. Give him some sympathy.
I can buy you new things.
With what? Your shitty salary?
Yeah.
I don't... Why did you make the sad face winking? So Trent kept a running tally of who died. So he has men, women, and dogs. But next to the dogs, he put like an emoji, like the parentheses, like frowny face, but it's a winky frowny face.
I meant to put an apostrophe, and I put a semicolon.
Yeah, so now it looks like it's like winking but sad.
That's my aesthetic.
Oh, we also forgot to mention Wade's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Drinks rum and coke
at 10 in the morning.
At like 10 in the morning.
Her drink of choice in the morning is a rum and coke, and his is like a lager.
Yeah, which is like weak sauce compared to hard liquor.
Yeah, but like they did this the day after they were out party drinking.
Were they party drinking?
They were at the ski party.
Oh, they were at the ski party.
They were drinking, but they were also kind of worried.
Yeah, about
like, they were worried about his brother and his friend were missing.
Is his brother Hugger or Shredder?
I hope to God it's Shredder, because I'm pretty sure Shredder's the one that talks about having a hard-on for signs.
Yeah, and he's the one that runs into the tree, right?
Oh yeah, he impales himself on a tree, running away from a ghost shark, pulls himself off, which takes a lot of strength, because that stick had like a lot of barbs coming off of it.
Yeah.
So he pulled himself off of this stick,
falls
down, says, I guess I'm going to need a bandage for that, and then scoots away from a shark that eats him.
Yeah.
This man has a lot of mental fortitude.
Mm-hmm. Which we wrote down before we started our tally system. Trent wrote that 2 people dead, 1 by shark, 1 by tree, and then crossed out the by tree and put 2 by sharks. Because we thought he died from getting impaled on a tree.
Which would have been cool. The special effects on the blood on the tree branch was actually pretty good.
But then the blood was like either pink or orange for like the rest of the movie.
I think most of the time, yeah, it was like orange paste, like tomato paste.
Yeah,
like orange was in the color. Tomato
this
paste.
This isn't related to the podcast subject, but there was like the greatest fail. There's this like, so in the first half of the movie, all of their transitions are like fades to black and then like into the new scene, right? Mm-hmm. And then in the second half, it's like a complete difference. It's like all these like super fast like zoom-ins.
Oh yeah, the first half, every one of them was padded.
Yeah.
They were long.
Yeah.
They were like at least a minute and a half of like transition of just landscape. Mm-hmm. But then all of a sudden, we're doing 3-second transitions.
And so after the titular avalanche of sharks hits.
The second one.
The second avalanche. So they're like under in like the building that's been buried by the avalanche, and there's this like zoom up of like the shark is like, you know, swimming into the hut thing that they're in to like try to break it.
The sheriff's office.
And so it like does the zoom in, but if you look, there's just like a cameraman standing like in frame
in the middle of the field
of the like the fast zoom, which is very obvious. Like it wasn't hard to tell.
Oh no, I missed it the first time, but then you didn't even point it out. You said, I think there's a guy there.
Yeah.
You rewinded it, and
there's a guy.
There's just a guy there.
Watch this movie, please.
It has a 3.5 on Netflix.
No, that was
Zombievers. What did this one have?
2 stars, maybe.
Oh.
I think I had a 2.1
I'd give it
on IMDb.
I'd give it a 4-star. Can we also talk just for like 10 seconds about the ending credits?
Yes. So the ending credits, it's like this bumpin' song, and we're in a foreign language, so we're like, oh, this is such a cool song.
It's so cool. It's foreign. Yeah. Like it's bumping. And we were guessing like, oh, what could it be? Like I'm like, is it Romanian? And the captain was there watching it with us.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, maybe it's like.
He said Chechenian.
Yeah.
And then I volunteered to look it up because it like said who did it in the credits.
Yeah. And we watched the music video.
Friends, it is not. It's not Chechenian
or
Romanian. It is Welsh. It is a Welsh pop song about gay marriage.
Yeah.
Was the end credits for this movie.
What was it called? Ymlaen?
Ymlaen? I apologize to all of our Welsh listeners.
If any.
I mean, there's only like 500,000 people in the world speak Welsh.
Yeah.
So
there's odds. Hey. We'll learn how to say something in Welsh for you guys.
We'll learn how to say something in Welsh properly.
But we're going to butcher it. Sorry. It was Ymlaen by like... Clinical.
Which is... I kind of want to listen to all their music now.
Because they are a Welsh pop band. And when it was made in like 2013...
Yeah.
In a like... in response to gay marriage being legalized. And the whole song is about being accepted and marrying the one you love.
Yeah.
It was very cute, and it's very not
about
avalanche sharks. It was...
We need to wrap this up. This movie is destroying us.
Do you just want to do a collective, the women of this movie?
The women of this movie, yeah, collective.
Because they were all the same character.
Out of space moms.
God, they were women.
Yes.
They, do they get a point for being women?
I guess none of them shot a gun, which I was disappointed.
They were it
also didn't live up to
the bomb ass poster. I was ready for some bitches to be swinging their machetes at a shark.
Yeah, all we saw was Duffy repeatedly stab a shark.
Duffy,
in the face.
short for Dufford.
Date of birth shakes his head.
God. So.
You say your number first.
Oh no. 3 because they said some respectable things, but overall they were just very blank shells of characters, and they had nothing to do with the story. The movie could have gone on without them.
3 because of Becca.
3 because of Becca, and because of Wade's girlfriend who drinks rum and coke in the morning.
Yes. Otherwise it'd be like a 2.
Maybe even a 1.
Yeah.
Guys, these characters had no personalities besides.
Let's go with 2.
We are on spring break.
2.
Their personalities, we're on spring break. They get a 2 out of 10 space
2
moms.
out of 10 space moms.
So we're gonna leave you. Kallan's gonna say the best line in this whole movie.
Please, for the love of God,
and
go watch this.
Go watch this movie.
Please.
She's gonna be saying this line that is at the whole climax of the movie, and it is great. This has been Trent.
This has been Kallan.
Signing off. Sharks be damned.
I'm not crazy. I'm a Marine.